What's poppin', guys, and welcome to Real Insights. I'm your girl, Robyn Niggas.
I'm Mikell, at Craig with Mikell.
And at Real Insights, we talk about different movies and interview upcoming filmmakers. And today, we're talking about Cujo.
The dog.
So, as the director, we have Louis Teague, and the writers, of course, Stephen King, Don Carlos Danaway, and Barbara Turner.
So, Stephen King wrote the novel Cujo, and it was adapted for screen by those two other writers.
Now, I didn't have a chance to read the book Cujo, even though I do love Stephen King novels. Big weird fan here. But the movie it really threw me for a loop. I was not expecting for it to go the way it did.
You mean like the build-up?
Yes.
Okay.
And I love the fact that Stephen King always builds his movies up to the point where sometimes you forget it's horror. Like, you're so focused on the storyline and the drama, you forget that he about to scare the shit out of you.
Cujo?
Did you know, did you get the fact that the marriage might be falling apart?
Oh, big time. Big time. Even before they introduced her mistress or her concubine, I very much so already knew. I peeped. I'm like, somebody's cheating here. Which one?
Did you guess it was her?
I did not figure that it was the wife. I thought it was the husband, especially since he was traveling so much for work.
Yeah.
Super easy. Slide on somebody out of town, like that's seamless.
And it's kind of stereotypical because we see that a lot in movies, but it also happens in real life. So
yeah, then we often see men step out on relationships that they feel like the foundation is a little shaky. But this one, the wife, and in his bed. In his bed.
Did you question whether or not the kid was his?
I definitely did, especially when he came through and kind of like shook her up a little bit. I was like, oh, that's that man baby, right? That's that man's son.
Wait a minute.
I thought about it. I hoped it wasn't, but I didn't think about it.
Did you?
I did. But the dad did have a good relationship with his son.
He did. He really cared about him. And I really feel like that's what his motivation was at the end. It wasn't even his wife, even though you could tell he still had some type of love for her.
Right.
But you could tell he was really just like worried about his son. Because you mentioned that before when the cop went and didn't come back.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like, nobody called him, nobody checked. And he, at that point, he was kind of like, my son, where is he?
Right.
Because especially he saw the scene of when they had they scuffle in the kitchen. So he really was like, okay, where's my kid?
Right. Right, because he's protective of his child. He loves his child.
Yeah.
And he's the one who told this kid there are no monsters.
Little did he know. Little did he know the monster. And it was so crazy because Cujo was really loved. And I feel like that was the thing that really got these people bit because they had met him before. And they was like, oh, Cujo, he big, he lovable, like, my guy.
Right.
But little did they know. And I thought that was like so sad though. He was just doing something that he always did, going out in the fields and playing around, and all of a sudden, boom.
Did you notice though that the people who were killed by Cujo, at least in the beginning, was the husband, and he wasn't a very nice husband. But the wife and the son went on the trip, so they didn't get attacked by Cujo, even though the son met him in the fog.
Yeah.
And he backed away.
And also the dad was like planning that when she said she was going to her sister's house. Like, I'm about to cut up while baby out of town. He had called his mans and everything. That's why when Cujo showed up, he was kind of like, okay, there go Cujo.
Right.
Where's my friend?
Cujo.
The part when they were in the car.
Oof.
For me.
The car.
For me, I thought, because I was looking at the lips, how they look so dry. I was like, oh my goodness, the makeup artist did a really good job on them. Because they looked bad in the car.
Yeah, that's the thing with these Stephen King novels. I feel like in the book, he always has so much detail that when it comes to the movie and to the script, like, it just comes to life. It makes it really easy for them.
Did you what did you think about the heroine, Donna? The wife?
Donna, I think Donna was really in just a tight spot. I do think, because they lived so far out, it didn't seem like they had a lot of neighbors. It didn't seem like she had a lot of friends. And she was just kind of out there with her son. And he just was leaving town all the time. Like, even when he left, at the beginning of the movie, she was kind of like, again? Like, we supposed to be here talking about our marriage and you're about to leave again?
Well, again, they gotta, fix that marketing thing because people were eating the cereal and they were peeing and things were coming out red, like blood and scaring folks. So he had to go fix that.
Yeah.
That's money.
Really?
He had to go fix that because they need to pay their bills still.
He was really dedicated to his job, and I think that was one of the things that kept him from cheating while he was in other cities too. I think that's why they showed that, like, he's actually like really working out here, like earning the money, and that's what he was telling her. But that still doesn't keep her from being lonely. Like, it's just you and your son out there in the fucking country.
So now you're trying to say that it's his responsibility to make sure that his wife doesn't cheat while he's gone, making.
Oh, not whatsoever. Donna was treacherous. Okay, she really needed to get it together. But what I'm saying is, she had motivations. It wasn't like she just stepped out. Now, should she have left her marriage or worked on it? Yes. I do not condone cheating. But it happened the way it happened.
Got him! Got him!
So when she went for the bat and we kind of like, the camera kept going back and forth between her and the scene and Cujo and like that anticipation, I feel like the camera work was really just gold on that.
It helped build up like the suspense, like any second Cujo could come out.
Yes. And I was waiting because I knew he was coming. She thought he wasn't coming. Cujo was always coming. That was never a debate.
What about when she swung the bat and she actually hit him, but then like something else happened and the bat tore, right? And
He like grabbed it.
But then it became like
A
shot.
stake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when he jumped on her, like,
For a moment, did you not know if it was like her or Cujo?
for a moment, I was like, I know it's gonna go up because if he's gonna jump over, it's gonna go up into him. But I was also like, is he gonna get her neck?
Yes, that's what I thought. Because for a second, I didn't know. And they had went through so much turmoil in the car. You said that the son had stretched you out in the car.
Yes, he was a child, and children do complain and whine, but it was for a very good reason.
Yeah.
I'm thirsty. I'm hot. Can we get out of here? Where's Dad? All the things I'd be saying too.
Okay.
To be honest, I'd be saying the same thing. But just there was one part in the car when I think she realized they were trapped and
You could see like the camera zoomed in on her
went
face.
around.
Yes.
It was like, and it sped up as it kept going around like, oh, this is crazy. And it just kept going and going. And it's like, yeah, things are spiraling out of control.
And I love that they did that cinematography or that camera work, that it just builds that anticipation like you said before.
Yeah. How'd you like the end when she survived because she fought back? And I know sometimes today when you see women fight back, there's a lot of people who push back. But the way they had her fight back, did it look realistic to you?
Yeah, I mean, she was fighting for her baby at that point. Like, he was lifeless in the car.
Yeah.
Like you said, the lips were white, very scary, like no color to him. He had been seasoned for the longest. So I think at that point it was necessary. And I feel like if her character didn't fight, the audience would the perception would turn against her. Like, why aren't you fighting? You know what I mean? Like, you don't feel you should fight for yourself or for your kid?
Right.
Like, what motivations do you have left? But also, that was something to think about because they had been in that car for days.
At least he got to pee. I didn't see her pee. Did you see her pee?
I did. Maybe it's one of those mom things that they do, like, oh, you can't see me do what I do. Like, just know I figured it out.
You serious?
The ending of Cujo, when he burst through the window and she took the gun and she shot him. Did you think that she was gonna get him with the first shot?
I told you Cujo is still out there. So I never thought she got him. Like her shot was decent, but I was like, she's gonna have to go at it again.
Like in real life, a person
Just
panicking.
she just like she was just waving it like it's whatever. That wasn't. I mean, it's a movie, I guess, but that was definitely not a good shot.
But when the husband drove up in his convertible, and she came out carrying her son, all ragged. They're both ragged. They both look like they've been through the worst. And usually you would say in movies the husband is the savior, like he comes and he rescues the wife. But this time she had to rescue.
Yeah, she had it sold up. She really had it sold up. Like
So, for me, when they came together at the end and they cut it there, and the credits started rolling, to me it was like, okay, maybe this is the beginning of a new relationship for them. Maybe they'll come together as a cohesive family and, you know, do better than what they did in the past.
I mean, you hope. You really hope. I mean, it could go either way. They could realize, like, at that moment, you know what? Like, life is too short, and I'm not going to spend it with somebody that I've clearly been unhappy with.
Oh, no.
Oh, we want them to, like, hold hands and skip off into the sunset with their healthy child. But the truth is, like, sometimes people, like, use that as a moment to propel themselves into the next phase of their life, and that's usually with with themselves.
The protagonist.
Donna?
I thought so.
The antagonist is definitely Cujo. I mean, he unfortunately turned into the bad guy here.
Yeah. That's what happens when you go chasing rabbits. You know.
So it's
And
just...
you stick your head in the burrow and you can't get it out in time.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those problems that we don't really see happen, and I think that's why it made it so scary.
For me, a protagonist is someone who is the main character and who also hopefully changes. They have an arc throughout the story of the movie. And then antagonist.
The individual that actively works against the protagonist.
Yeah, and I felt bad for Cujo because it wasn't even his thinking. It was the disease. He was a rabbit.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where life just kind of gets out of control. Like you do the thing that you've done, and unfortunately the result is different. So now life, like you said, was spiraling out of control, and it consistently showed that because it wasn't just her that was in turmoil. Cujo is in turmoil too. Like to have rabies, like he turned into a different animal.
And you could see the changes in him. Like when there were loud noises, you could see he would be agitated.
Yeah, because before on the farm, like when they rolled up, he was just chilling, like, and they were scared. And it was like, oh no, don't worry about Cujo. Cujo good.
Right.
That's probably why half of us scared of dogs now because of Cujo.
Did you notice that the makeup on him, the special effects?
The snot, it was good.
You know, at one point I was looking at it and I'm like, Ma, is that ketchup or mustard on him? Because the pus and the blood.
Yes, it was like they really did a good job. Like I was scared shitless of Cujo with the everything running. Like I'm straight. Like I was. Now I'm keeping my eye on all the Saint Bernards.
And you know, those dogs are big.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like when she hopped out the car and was scared, reasonably so. That's a 250-pound dog. Nah. To me, Cujo's still out there right now. Like right now, currently Cujo's out there. He's waiting for us. I'm telling you, for me.
For me, for you, not for me.
There's a rabbit dog around every corner now.
Did you get a theme from this movie?
I thought the theme was kind of like fighting to remain yourself, because I felt like Donna was fighting to remain herself in her marriage. I felt like the husband was fighting to remain himself in the marriage. I felt like the son was also like fighting to like be the best son possible, because he could tell something was wrong with his parents. Even so, like Cujo's family, the wife was definitely fighting physically too, because her husband was beating her. And her son, I felt like, and Cujo, he was fighting to remain himself once he got bit with rabies. So I feel like that was the theme. Did you?
I like your theme.
Mm-hmm.
And I will go with yours. Mine is a little different. Probably like family, like
Okay.
familiar sacrifice. Like, what are you willing to do to make sure your loved one stays safe?
Yeah.
Like, family love, basically.
Yeah, and we saw that in both families.
You did.
Because she was leaving to go to her sister's, you know, because she didn't want to be beat anymore. And also you could tell him and his, the father and son were butting heads too, so she wanted to get him away.
I saw that, yeah. For all these, like, Stephen King remakes that they're doing, like they redid Carrie.
Yes.
And they redid It.
Yes, they did. The new Carrie and the new It were both really good.
But I was thinking if they redid Cujo, it would probably look even better if it was animated.
Hey.
Okay.
You can get more graphic with animation.
True. But do you think, okay, so a modern day Cujo, are they still using a Saint Bernard?
Why wouldn't they?
I feel like to tap into people's fears, like they might use a pit. Just because of stereotypes.
I feel like people would protest
Agreed.
because pit bulls already have a bad rap.
Yeah, and I mean, pits are really a lovable breed. What people don't know is Chihuahuas are the devil, and you really need to look out for them. Like, if they came back with Cujo and it was a Chihuahua, full blown, I'm scared.
No.
Full blown, I'm scared.
Not one Chihuahua. Like a pack.
Oh my God, a pack of Chihuahuas. Like, oh, they come through like piranhas. They just eating everybody up.
Like 20 or 50 Chihuahuas to attack.
That's actually really scary. To me, that's scarier than Cujo.
But they
Chihuahuas are so aggressive, wildly.
They're so small. You can get them with like just one foot. Just.
Probably.
So for me, the music of Cujo didn't really make an impact on me. But did it make an impact for you?
No, I kind of thought it was a bad score. Like, I didn't enjoy it at all. And even in those moments where the anticipation thrill, the music kind of like ruined it for me.
It was nothing I can describe.
Yeah.
Because it didn't make an impact.
At all. There was nothing remotely good about it, I guess.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term, like, I just didn't, like you said, I didn't think about it much.
I didn't either.
I wish it was like a soundtrack or something that settled a little better, but meh. What emoji would I give this movie? I'm gonna give it one cry emoji and then one of these. What about you? What's your emojis?
I'll give it, my emoji is really simple. I don't know if it's called emoji. I just give it a thumbs up.
Okay, yeah, I mean, those are emojis. One thumbs up, one or two. Just, okay, cool.
Yeah, one. Yeah.
So it was a decent movie. Cujo was a good movie.
Yeah.
It was worth the watch, for sure.
It's a slow build up, but once it gets going, it gets going.
Listen, he got you in his grips once you get going. And next time you guys see us, we'll be interviewing an up-and-coming filmmaker.